Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do my first impressions on the Hinderer Firetac. So, this was loaned to me by Jeremy, aka Freak Show EDC. He'll be linked below. Really appreciate it, Jeremy. Yeah, you're a great dude for sending this my way. And he asked me, he's like, hey, I want to send these to you. And I was like, okay. This knife, I believe, is currently for sale. If you would like it, you can reach out to Jeremy. Again, he'll be linked below. This comes with this G10 scale side or show side scale that I pretty much hate. And then it has this titanium working finish lock side. Here's the half track I just did. I don't know. Is that the working finish? I don't know. There's too many finishes from them, and I am definitely not a Hinderer expert, guys. So please do not expect me to know all the ins and outs of Hinderer knives. I'd love to try more. I really would. But I'm just not an expert at this point, right? What I was saying was, I just think this looks tacky. Like, it just looks cheap. It looks like plastic. It might be, honestly. I don't even know if this is G10. It is, but I'm sure it is. But I don't get it. I think a nice micarta scale or full titanium or something would have made the most sense. But I guess they have those options. I'm not sure if you can get it stocked with those. But like the ones that are like tan or green, they look like shit, to be honest. So that's just my opinion. You have this blue titanium thumb disc. I think it was replaced. I don't think it comes with that. And this is one knife, believe it or not, where I actually like the thumb disc. I usually hate thumb discs with a passion. And here's my reasoning. With the thumb disc, the way it's designed is you're supposed to flick out, right? So you flick this way. Whereas with a thumb stud, let me keep grabbing this. McNeese Mac 2 3.5, also American made in the same price range. Good comparison. With a thumb stud, it's designed for you to get under it and push upward, put pressure up. And that gets you leverage, which then shoots the blade out and locks it up, depending on your detent, of course, right? On a thumb disc, you're meant to kind of flick out like this, because that's where you get behind the disc, and you go out like that, which gives you less leverage. So it's harder to get like a snappy deployment. And the detent on this is pretty damn light, to be honest, guys. But this thumb disc, I don't know if this aftermarket one, if it's aftermarket, is like extended in any way. It doesn't look like it comes wider than the scales, which is good because you don't want that either. But it has good traction like right here where I would normally flick a thumb stud. So I can actually kind of treat it like a thumb stud and flick vertically, right? It's not quite vertical like on this, but it's pretty vertical. And then I'm just doing that at the end, I think, where my finger's kind of jutting out. But you can see it go straight up, right? If I hold it properly. There you go. So anyway, I like this thumb disc is the point of that. Now, the reverse flick left-handed, you have to be on this clip, and then you can flick it. You can have issues if you try to do it right here. You won't get it. If you try to do it back here, you might. Nope. So you just have to be on that clip, essentially, or down low enough on the lock bar. It does work, though, pretty well. The action on the close is just ridiculous. Let me put this away. Or, you know what, real quick. Let's do some size comparisons. All right, let's do it the show side, right? Ugly ass show side. Since we got blue knives out, let's get some more American knives here, guys. All American knives. Firetac is a relatively large size knife. Look at that. It's bigger than the Malibu, which tells me it's probably 3.5 inches, like this here Medford. This is just for you, Jeremy, so I know you love Medford so much. Pivot to pivot. It's actually a little bit bigger than the Medford, which is 3.5 inch blade. So it's probably, I'd say it probably is a 3.5 inch blade. You know how Medford has that weird thing where the tang sticks up. Anyway, so you can't really do pivot to pivot. If I line the blades up, they're pretty much identical. and then you just have a little more in the handle. And I think that is why Medford does this, where it literally sticks out of the scale, is because you get a very, very good blade to handle ratio. Look how, oh shit, look how high that pivot is, right? Did I scratch anything? I don't care about my knife. Did I mess up your knife? I am keeping this in because I am an honest person. Did I mess up your knife? 90% sure that was there, I remember. Edge, just checking the edges, Yep, they're good. Okay. Who'd have thunk it? These American-made knives can handle a little abuse, right? I don't know about the Malibu. I already jacked it up right here, damn it. But anyway, that wasn't today, so. Anyway, all good. So yeah, it's a pretty big knife, guys. I mean, 3.5-inch blade, we'll call it. But it freaking drops shut, man. It is a guillotine. Part of that is that weak detent, of course. I'm sure you could shake it out if you tried hard enough. Yep. And I'm not really trying that hard, to be honest. Yeah, it's very weak. But most people just flick it. I even told Jeremy I thought it was weak. And he's like, oh, I never even noticed. I was like, yep, most people probably wouldn't, because you ain't a bitch like me where you flick things like this to see if they fail, right? It actually happened in the unboxing where when I first took it out, I was trying to do something and it just kind of flopped open. I was like, whoa, I didn't even want it to open. Like, my heart sank. So that's what kind of, clued me into the light detent. Anyway, it is smooth as goddamn shit. These bearings, whatever the hell they did to this pivot and these bearings, is incredible. I have never felt a Hinderer this smooth. I've only handled a few. I haven't felt many knives this smooth. And, like, I'm talking Koenig Arius, Ebo. I'm trying to think. My Berger LEXK CFL is very smooth. But it has a little more pivot tension, so it's hard to gauge it to this. There is nothing. There's no grit. It is smooth as a baby's bottom, yet almost frictionless. This thing is incredible, guys. Hinderer just knocked it out of the park. I've seen plenty of people with these, and they have the same type of action. I really like this knife. And at first I was like, detent's late. But the more I've handled it, the ergos are just fantastic. Man, it's my color too. I kind of want to buy it off him, but I don't know, that detent. I just would need one with a stronger detent, I think, to satisfy myself. Plus, it's not the best lefty, and it kind of pops out on you, and that just bothers me. So, anyway, I do really like it, though. Ergos are outstanding, guys. They really are. This is his edge on this, so I'm not going to cut anything on camera here to show you the factory edge, because it's not. Look at that. Nice. Does have a recurve. So I don't know if it's enough to cause issues for you sharpening guys out there. You got to tell me. I don't know if you can put it on a KME or something like that. You might need to use, I guess, a flat stone or the corner type rod things. I don't know. Sorry, not an expert. I know the Sharp Maker works pretty well with recurves. And you just use the triangle side the whole time or whatever. I like the standouts. I like the construction. I just really don't like this cheap looking FRN looking G10. Other than that, man, and the light detent, this thing is a freaking fantastic knife. I can see why it's become so popular, and it's a good size. Probably a fantastic work knife as well. I don't know if I mentioned it's in 20 CV, and of course it's made in the US. Tri-way pivot system, I believe. Yep. There you go. So those are my thoughts on the Hinderer Knives Firetac. Thank you again to Jeremy, Freak Show EDC, for allowing me to check it out. I will be doing full reviews on both of his Hinderers in the next week or so, and I'll get these back to you, buddy. So thank you. Thank you guys for watching and letting me rant and rave as usual. I love you all. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.